I have a friend who's a scout who's been a great resource, and I always say to him, give me somebody that we should be keeping an eye on. And he's been pretty good at giving me that guy in the first round. But I said, what do you think about Bijan Robinson at Texas? He said, I would love to see him as a Debo Samuel type of player where I can use that running back, that talent, but also I can keep him in the system and not overuse him as a running back and maybe have this hybrid here. So I don't know if it feels like we're gun shy with running backs, but his grade on Bijan Robinson is through the roof. He said, I love the kid. He's got great hands. I would love to see him as a Christian McCaffrey type. And McCaffrey could probably play, a slot receiver, but I wonder your thoughts on Robinson and the running back position.
Bijan can play slot receiver. And if you studied his tape at all, and I've got clip after clip of him in the slot, not running like, underneath routes, but getting down the seam, catching in traffic, catching the ball over his head, contested situations. He can do all that. When I talked to Coach Sarkisian before the TCU game this year, he said, listen, we're trying to limit his touches. We're not trying to wear him out. But the catches he makes in practice, like you'd be shocked. Like, I know there's good game tape, but the things we see in practice are out of control. So I could see him in more of a hybrid role. But I'll say this, I've got him as the number 2 ranked player in this class behind Bryce Young. I haven't talked to a team, and I'm talking probably close to a dozen teams that have him outside the top 5. Everyone has him in the top 5 in terms of their grades. Now, where does he fall? That's the fascinating part. I mean, Philadelphia doesn't take a running back in the top 10. They love taking offensive and defensive linemen, but that's the first spot where you can look and say, that might make some sense. I think he's just as talented, maybe a little bit more unique than Saquon Barkley, and Saquon was the number 2 overall pick. But you see the beating and the injuries that Saquon had, and you just wonder, is it worth it? So it may get down to like 18 to Detroit, 21 to the Chargers, with Austin Eckler having issues there.
Yeah.
And I still hold this out. Dallas is obsessed with getting a running back that can be their guy, be a compliment to Tony Pollard like they had with Zeke when Zeke was, more closer to his prime. Mike McCarthy was dying for a big power back like that, wants to run the football. They want to be a run-based team, and they would love to bring the Texas star into Dallas and make him the star of their offense. So Dallas is sitting at 26. It wouldn't shock me if they made a splash, jumped up into the teens ahead of teams like Detroit and the Chargers and went and got Bijan maybe around like 14, 15, 16.